just wanted to let you know that this is a lovely gentleman which is a host for today, because we're in a winery called Casa Sicilia, and Ramon is our host today. So he's going to be showing us around, and the first thing what he's showing us is actually the beautiful vines of Muscat grape variety, which is surrounding the one of the fincas of Casa Sicilia. He says that the way they grow majority of the vines is actually not in a glass but in escalada system, because this is what they learned in France, and this is what they actually brought it here, and they're trying to do for the wines, because that fits most of the quality as well as how it looks like. Just to let you know, around there is about 86 hectares of land which belongs to Casa Sicilia, and this is the only grapes they use for the wine. They don't buy anything, they only use their own grapes. Basically they own everything. Grapes, they use the olive oil. For the olive oil they use the olives which grow here actually, just a little bit further down. They also have oranges. They have big gardens in here, and everything what they use in their restaurant is actually from here as well, and it's ecological too. So here you go. 1907, I believe, that's when everything has started here in exactly in this finca with Casa Sicilia. But the first what they've started actually, it wasn't the grapes and it wasn't the wines what they were doing. They started with pomegranates, and then slowly it's actually developed into something what they are doing at the moment. And the house which we're gonna go and see, it's actually the beginning, and that is the first buildings of what they had in here in Casa Sicilia when they started the whole project. So really interesting. So basically Ramon has told us that the winery belongs to one family, which is quite a big family, and somebody lives in France here. In France, somebody lives in up north in north of Spain. Somebody lives in Alicante, but the whole winery actually belongs to one family, and it's always been like that. So they really kind of are looking to make sure that there is nobody else who's going to come into the business, and it's just going to stay in one family. Good. Well, they actually have developed here a very nice atmosphere, because they have a winery here, a traditional winery. They also have a beautiful restaurant in here where you can just come in and enjoy your lunch, dinners, or you can actually even hold weddings in here. So it's a very family orientated. And also they have they've created here some children play areas as well. And Ramon says that sometimes when he feels that he wants to get back to childhood, he comes here and plays around on the slides, just because it's quite a lot of fun. Here you go. This area is just perfect for all the kind of festivities. They quite often do at night. They do parties here as well with wines, and they do New Year's Eve here as well. And it's really nice and beautiful. If you're gonna look around here, that view just behind me with that church, it's just fantastic. It's the Church of La Molina, where we've been a few times actually. Sorry, not several, few times. And that is the architect who is Gaudi's student, and he built that church in a way of the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. Very similar way. So at night it's really nice and beautiful in here. I asked Ramon why there is so many little details or big details like this one, let's say, or an anchor, which is something to do with the sea, and the answer was very simple, is because it's very close to the sea. We're about half an hour from the Mediterranean Sea, and also because his boss. So the owner of the winery actually likes everything what's to do with the sea, and also he likes to have a lot of antique details. So if you're gonna look around here, you can see a little older tractor, and Ramon said that he has four antique cars as well in his garage. Mm-hmm. Oh, here you go. Okay. So basically, this house behind, I'm looking at this house. Is you can see it says 1707. So this is the house where everything has started, and of course this is now not as it was in 1707. It has been restored, but you can see the typical Spanish house. So it's almost square with. The windows, which are very prolonged, and they all shut as well, because there is so much sun that it needs to be closed. And it's white. Of course, it's white. It's always going to be white in Spain, or terracotta, but mainly white, especially here in Alicante. So all of the grapes, obviously, start picking up the harvest about August, just because it's very hot in here, of course, in Alicante, and some of the grapes can be picked in July, but for the best quality they want to keep, especially if it's Muscat grapes, they're sweet grapes, so for maximum quality they want to keep it longer. Everything is by hand, the harvest is by hand, and also it's picked up in a 15 kilos crates for maximum quality, so nothing is breaking and everything is being in terms of quality just looked after the best conditions. Mm-hmm. This is a selection unit, we can call it like that, which in Casa Sicilia they use it only for the red grapes. Basically what that means that when the grapes come in, they just pour the grapes onto the machine, and everything goes in here, and it just cleans up from the stems and so on from the leaves. And then in here on this table, you have people standing on both sides of the table, and they just by hand pick the best grapes, which then go into the next unit. But they only do that with the red grapes for in terms of red wines, if they are producing red wines. If they're producing rosé and whites, the grapes come in the boxes and just go straight into the press. Yes. Well, basically what we've got here is it's a system which is almost like a kind of fridge, not a fridge. They bought it a couple of years ago because what they found that, of course, in August here it's extremely hot. So they are trying to keep the quality of grapes before they press it or before they do anything. So when it's really hot, the grapes suffer. So they bought this, as I say, something like a fridge, air conditioning, cooling system, which allows them to make sure that the grapes can last a little bit longer. Because what they say as well is, I have mentioned this before, but they have a lot of kind of like traditions or things how French winemakers are making their wine, okay? So they're learning a lot from them. And in France, you can actually have marble tables where you pick the grapes and you do everything on the grapes. But the problem here is that, yes, there is plenty of marble here. They just, pick the marble on the next mountain from here. But the grape varieties which they grow here, they don't stay alive on marble tables, which is really, really strange. In France, the French grape varieties, fine. The ones they said that they looked at and they used, they stay alive and the quality is still super great. But in here, with the grape varieties which stay growing, it's very, very difficult to keep them. To keep them in a good shape and a good quality, what they want for their wines. This is just a perfect place. When you come out, when you come in actually from the outside, the smell in here is straight away wine. The temperatures here are much, much cooler, of course. And today we have about, well, maximum probably about 20 degrees. On the sun, it was already hot. And in here it's like, oh, this is so good. And with a smell like that, I wish the video would be able to translate that, but just trust me, it's beautiful. This is a quite a small, to be fair, winery. They don't really have that much wine. It's very limited edition on all of them wines. About 600, isn't it? 600,000 bottles they do only a year. So it's not really a lot, but mainly it's because they're looking for quality, not quantity. And just in front of me, it's the bottling section, which you can see, and it's one of the smallest ones we've seen here in Alicante, to be fair. But it's enough for them because they don't do so many bottles that they need the whole room and a whole super big section. Beautiful, really, really nice. Oh, it's a good luck. Fondillon as well, which is 1982. Look, here you go, you see? This is the only barrel what they have. This is the only barrel what they have. This is 500 liters and that's it. What they're gonna make out of it, probably about, I don't remember what this is. Did he say how many? ¿Cuánto botellas? ¿Cuánto botellas?
Ciento y pico, 200 como
okay.
mucho.
About 200 bottles. That's it. And then the rest, they're gonna do it again, solar system for another batch. But this is the only barrel what they have. 1982. Oof.
Sí, sí.
Wow. have different options basically for vats, for stainless steel vats or for oak, which is also very interesting because they have several different forms as well. So the one which I'm looking at is behind Val is this. I don't even know how to call it. It's not a pyramid, but it's
cono.
like a cono.
Tronco cónico.
Yes, conico. Okay, so this one here they're using for red wine, so it doesn't really get so much oak. It's still being in wood, but not as strong in flavors. So it gives the freshness to the red wine, because let's say sometimes people want to have oak, but not so much flavors of oak. Okay, so in this case, they would be doing this one here for Monastrell and Garnacha as well, especially Garnacha. So from this one, from Cono, it comes very, very fresh and light on oak, not as heavy as it would be, let's say, from the French or American oak, proper barrel, okay? But they also have a lot of different stainless steel tanks as well, different forms, like a normal classical form, and then on the side you have like a square, almost like boxes.
Like boxes, yeah.
So rosé wine gets even more interesting. They only do 2 rosé wines, okay? One of them is here in French bottle, which is only Garnacha, okay? Again, this is your ecological wine, don't forget about that. This is your limited edition, and this is only about a couple of thousand bottles as well. What's interesting about this one here, it actually has won Bacchus competition, a gold medal. Okay, now another very interesting thing is this one here, because I haven't seen, to be fair, I haven't seen Monastrell, Merlot and Syrah, great varieties. So this is very interesting blend. Also, what's interesting about this rosé in general is the fact that this winery is the first winery in Spain which started producing the Provence style roses, okay, with the blush colors. The first winery in the whole Spain, and only after that, you know, the big houses like Muga and Ceviche started to do the versions, but they have been the first house, because traditionally, remember, the Spanish roses were very, very dark, solid colors, very dark pink, not even a rosé, and this is a French style. And at the last we have, which is very strange, only 3 red wines which this winery is producing. So all 3 of them are different. The first one here we have, this one here is Garnacha. It's 100% Garnacha, and this one here is actually from the container which is behind us, the Cona, okay? So this is a very nice, very fresh, very light Garnacha. It is Roble because it has been in the Cona about 8-9 months, okay? But this is Roble, and this is in Valencia. In Valencia, a couple of times it won some prizes, such as bronze in singular wines, okay? So this is a very nice one as well. We also have another really nice, interesting wine, which is the first time they've done it, Monastrell, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Garnacha, no? Petit Verdot. Petit Verdot. Sì. This is Roble. This one here is as well ecological, and it's a limited edition, 6 months in a barrels. Okay, so this is a really nice and robust wine. Let's put it this way. And another one, last one, which is your Crianza. Okay, but it's a blend, Monastrell and Petit Verdot, which is really interesting because they don't have just a Monastrell. They all have blends. This one here is also limited edition, and it's Crianza, so it's 12 months in a barrels. And this one has actually won in Crianza in Valencian community the gold medal. So it's a really nice, beautiful wine. I hope so. The olive oil, what they produce in here as well, they don't produce in this finca, yes, so they produce in the other one. But it's only 2 types of olive oil they produce, which is Arbequina Piccola and another one, which I didn't really get the name of the... However, they produce only 2 little bottles here. The difference between these ones is that the green ones is the olives are picked much earlier, so when they are still very green. So you have completely different flavors from the gold one, yes? So the gold one is when the grapes are already ripened properly. That's when they pick them. So this is much softer. This one here is much softer, the gold one, and the green one is much more sharper. So Ramon is laughing because normally he says ladies like this one, and boys and men like this one. And that's how it is in his family. So his wife likes the gold one and he likes green one. And to be fair, I like this one as well. And my husband, Val, probably is gonna like this one. Here you go. You see now we've got people working finally. So Sandra is the only person who is actually looking after this bottling system. Nothing needs to be done. So what he's doing, the wine has been bottled already, but he's just picking it up, cleaning the bottle, and now it goes through the machine, as you can see. They put the cork proper label, they clean it, close it, and through the finish line. That's it. And then he's just gonna put it in a container. They basically have all these spices in here, which are from this lovely brand. I'll show you in a second. Basically, why they've done it is first of all, we're in this antique house, yes? That is going to be the restaurant where we're going to go and eat now. But in here, they've got all these spices here because the company, it's called Cremencita, which is producing the spices from Novelda, from the city where we are at the moment. And that's how it looks like. That's how it looks like. There you go. No conocen. Valerie?
Valerie, sí, ¿no?
So have a look around. Jesus Christ, we are now in the oldest part of the finca. This is the one which was built in 1707, okay? This is history now. Very small room. and it's called Monastery Room. Okay, so this has been used as a little kind of like a museum, and also you can have a private lunch or dinners here. So you can hold a private party here if it's just like a family, you know, not a super great, not super big. Let's put it this way. In here you have some traditional things here. If you're gonna look around here, let's say, you can see things such as these ones, where we've seen this in a Bodega Santa Margarita as well, and that is when they used to select the grain. Here you go. Yes, sorry. So when they used to select grains, yes, just to then put it in a mill and make flour. Okay, so that is very traditional. But then here, if you're gonna look at this one, this is nothing to do with Alicante, because this comes from up north in Spain, because this is a distillery basically machine where you distill orujo, or you can do like gin, let's say, same way, you know, or vodka was done exactly the same way. So this is not from Alicante, this is from up north, but this is used to belong to their family. We live up north in Spain up north. A lot of interesting, beautiful things in here. Really, really nice. And if you're gonna have a look,
This horse stuff.
if you're gonna look around, you can see that all these things, they have been used in here. And also, a long time ago, they used to press olive oil here as well, but only for the family, of course. This is
It's for the horse.
For the horse.
Or for the donkeys. Donkeys.
Donkeys.
Yeah. Because for the horse it's a bigger one.
Okay.
Well, that's for the horse.
Ah, that's for the horse. Okay. It's very, very nice in here.
It's
It's a little bit.
dark.
It's dark in here. You're not gonna see anything.
Okay.
But this is
Press.
a press, olive press. You can't see it probably.
Yeah.
And then a beautiful
Stove.
fireplace or stove.
So nice. So nice. Beautiful. Another door.
And then you have
Wow.
another smaller, even smaller room.
Oh.
Y ahora sí que estamos en la parte más antigua junto con la cocina, que es esta parte es la más antigua.
This fireplace is still working.
Yeah,
Can
you
you
can see
imagine?
it, yeah.
This place in here, it was the kitchen. Kitchen
Like
of
it
the
smells
finca.
like a kitchen,
Yeah,
yeah.
it smells like a kitchen, and it's very, very typical how it used to be.
Wow.
La castaña asada.
This one is being used. You're probably not going to be able to see it, isn't it? For
Yeah.
roasted chestnuts. To roast chestnuts, and they do it even now.
Oh, I see.
So this is why the aromas,
yeah.
aromas of something,
Burned.
smoked,
Yeah,
roasted. Yeah, really, really, it's amazing. Wow, can you imagine? It's
Y también el horno.
1707. Can you imagine? It's being used now. just now. So we have tasted now all Casa Sicilia wines, except one, because they have actually finished sweet wine. They don't really have anything in the house, because they're doing very, very limited edition. And we were just not able to taste it. So we had beautiful lunch, had beautiful wines, and now we're gonna get all these wines to our shop as well. It was a really nice, interesting day, really relaxed, and really, really beautiful restaurant and winery to visit. And you can actually come to this restaurant every day and enjoy lunch if you wish so. And you don't really need too much of a hassle, you don't need to book it, just come in, and then you can come here into this wine shop and just buy yourself a nice bottle of wine or two, and also just grab yourself some olive oil. So here you go, that's our day today at Casa Sicilia. See ya!